Rubber guns in the film industry, sometimes referred to as the stunt gun, stunt pistol, stunt rifle, or just rubber guns. Sometimes we call them rubbers, which sounds weird, but we do. And anyway, there's a lot of reasons why we use these in a film. One would be for the stunt double to the hero. He would have the rubber gun on when he falls off the horse or he gets shot and goes flying.
3, 2, 1, go!
Or the hero might have the rubber variant of their reel in their hand when it gets shot out of their hand, or gets kicked out of their hand, or gets kicked across the floor, flies off a table. A lot of reasons why you want to create, mold, pour, and paint a replica of the hero gun. So when we've got a hero weapon, there's generally one or two, sometimes more, rubber replicas to go with it for all these reasons. Also, we'll rent a bunch of rubber pistols and rifles, just generic stuff for all the background players to stuff in the scabbards of the horses, and just generally have a lot of stuff to look, make the distant people look armed without having to clear them and worry about, real guns on those folks. So some of them are quite good. This one's pretty nice. You can see the trigger guard's a little thicker than normal. They're generally poured from the butt end, both rifles and pistols, so you can see this scarring here, which is just the end of the pour. I generally try to watch the monitors while filming. If anybody's close enough up to where you catch that, or a horse rides by and the rifle in the scabbard, you can tell that there's a pour mark, or the paint on the rubber stock has worn off enough or doesn't look as good as the reel. I'll try to swap it out with the reel and keep things looking nice. But sometimes stuff slips past, and if you got a keen eye, you'll see, hey, look at that seam, or hey, that's a rubber pistol, rubber rifle. So anyway, some of them are pretty good. Some of them are starting to look a little bit, not quite real, but good enough, again, if it's moving by fast or if it's in the distance. Here's a Schofield I've used on a few shows. It's all the nickel starting to peel off and flake. Kind of looks like patina now, but again, pretty sweet. Now here's one that's almost off the charts with its amazingness. They even smoothed the pour area and the seam and painted it so that you don't have the pour mark scarring and stuff. But I mean, this is a work of art. They should definitely be almost having their own exhibitions. I mean, look at the wood grain and stuff and the texture. It's just incredible. Some of the rifles we've used. So here's a Henry. This one was on the back of the stunt double. He had to fall off the horse and go tumbling. Had a sling on it, was on his back, and so when he went tumbling, it got bent in half and broke. We put a rod in and glued it. So here's a rubber shotgun. This was used in Horizon Part 2. We had the reel that was a perfect match to it. We never ended up using the reel because this one was all we needed for the action that was specifically happening in the scene. Sometimes what we'll have the artists / creators at the prop house do is make part of it in a super soft rubber. So this is all hard rubber, and then we get to the butt of the shotgun, and you can see that it's a soft, super soft rubber. You can see some crease lines where the paint is gone because this has been used a bit in the stunt sequence. Anyway, so we never ended up putting the reel in the hands because they come in and they do their deal, and it's in a dim lit saloon situation, and there's a lot of atmosphere, meaning the smoky haze. You can't tell in that situation that this is anything but the reel, but it is the rubber, again, with the super soft butt. Sometimes with the pistols we'll make the barrel super soft, which looks kind of wonky, but if it's done just right for a pistol whip scene, you're only catching it for that split second before they cut to a wider, and then he might have the reel in his hand for that. So it's kind of an example there for you of the rubber shotgun. Here's another work of art. This is a rubber rifle, but it is incredibly detailed. Even the patina on the side of that brass. I mean, that's just some incredible work. Okay, you can tell right there, but even the wood grain, simulated wood grain, is just amazing. They smoothed out the pour air marks. You can just see it in the circle here, but pretty incredible. Again, when the rifles are in the scabbard on the horse, and some of them don't have this done well, I'll have to be always on the lookout, make sure you don't see that as the horse trots by. But this is one that I hang up sometimes just to look at because it is so beautiful. What a work of art. Another reason for the rubber pistols, rubber rifles is for lineup purposes. They're setting up camera, trying to get that perfect angle. The director's at the monitors. You might have the actor or actress or even the stand-in holding the rifle or the pistol in the position of the shot. So he might be standing there like this so they can line up that camera and just get the perfect lineup shot. And so I'll have to come out and say rubber gun and put it in their hands and let them line it up. Woo!
Background. Action Kirby. Kirby.